Have you ever wondered what is to come? We are living in extraordinary times where the old and the new meet in surprising ways. In this video, we will explore 7 prophecies that may change your perspective forever. Each prophecy brings forth deep and transformative questions. But the last one comes with a special challenge, a challenge that few can truly face. Stay with us until the end to discover this final enigma. It may be the key you have been searching for to unravel the mysteries that disturb your heart and mind. Let's embark together on this revealing search, where every minute may offer a new insight. Ready for the challenge? The rise of unity and global governance. We are living in times of transformation. Imagine a scenario where national borders begin to fade, and previously unthinkable alliances form in the name of a greater good. It is a world where cooperation becomes essential for survival. The prophecy speaks of the emergence of global governance, a unification that is not forced, but is seen as inevitable due to global crises and challenges. People, weary of endless conflicts, begin to accept the idea of a central leadership promising peace and stability. The era of division comes to an end as a new world order fits into the gears of destiny. At the center of this transformation is a charismatic leader, not a dictator, but someone who presents themselves as a peacemaker. They do not conquer by force, but by their ability to unite and inspire. This leader is often referred to in ancient texts as the Antichrist, a figure who arrives promising to resolve conflicts and bring harmony. They emerge amidst chaos, with promises that entice crowds. Their words are like honey, bringing hope to the desperate. But behind this veil of promises lies an enigma that few can decipher. They are a master of manipulation, whose true nature will only be revealed with time. In Revelation, 2 beasts emerge, each with its distinct role. The first beast, rising from the sea, is a force of global dominance with a power that overwhelms and attracts. It is described with 10 horns and 7 heads, symbolizing authority and control. The second beast, which rises from the earth, is more subtle, but equally powerful. It acts as the promoter of the first, demanding worship and loyalty. Together they consolidate a regime where control is absolute and veneration is mandatory. This profane alliance is a dark reflection of power, a reminder that freedom can easily be traded for a false sense of security. With the new order comes the imposition of a mark. It is not something visible, but a symbol of acceptance of the new regime. Those who possess it have access to privileges and opportunities, while those who resist face marginalization and persecution. The mark is a test of loyalty, a watershed moment for humanity. To accept or refuse becomes a matter of life or death, not just physically, but spiritually. This is a time of trial, where every action has profound consequences. This prophecy is a warning for us to remain vigilant. As the world unites and a new leader ascends, we must keep our eyes open to the rapid and challenging changes that are approaching. The first prophecy has revealed to us the rise of global governance, a movement that many are ignoring as it unfolds before our eyes. Do you notice how these changes affect your daily life? To better understand these events and their implications, I have made my ebook available, which is filled with insights on biblical prophecies and how they are being fulfilled today. You can access the book through the link in the first pinned comment. Don't miss this opportunity to prepare and inform yourself, as the units are limited and will soon be taken down. Now let's delve into the second prophecy, which reveals the impact of technological advancements on our society and how they relate to the mark of the beast. Technological advancements and the mark of the beast. We live in an era where technology advances impressively, transforming our world into a place of almost unlimited possibilities. From the first machines to our sophisticated digital world, humanity's technological journey is a testament to our incessant curiosity. But with this evolution come deep concerns, especially when we look at the biblical images of the mark of the beast, as described in Revelation. The infrastructure for the control and surveillance that the Antichrist needs is rapidly taking shape. With each new advancement, we see the line between security and invasion of privacy becoming more tenuous. The integration of artificial intelligence into various aspects of our lives is inevitable. With its ability to process vast amounts of data, AI is transforming how we live and work. But this transformation does not come without risks. With the ability to predict behaviors and manipulate information, AI can be used as a powerful tool for control. In a scenario where AI is used to implement the mark of the beast, individual freedom may become an illusion. We must be alert to the ethical and moral implications of allowing machines to make decisions that affect our lives. Technology, which should liberate us, can easily become a tool of oppression. With the advent of advanced surveillance systems, every movement of ours can be monitored. In a world where the mark of the beast is a reality, these systems can be used to ensure compliance and punish dissent. Privacy becomes an obsolete concept, and freedom of speech a distant memory. We need to question how far we are willing to give up our freedoms in exchange for security. As technology advances, we are faced with difficult choices. We must decide how to balance progress with the preservation of our humanity. The mark of the beast represents a choice: compliance with a system that promises order, or resistance in the name of freedom. This is a critical moment in history, where every decision shapes the future. We must be vigilant and critical, ensuring that what we gain in innovation does not come at the cost of our human essence. Prophecy 2 challenges us to reflect on the role of technology in our lives. As we approach an increasingly digital future, we must ask ourselves whether we are advancing or losing ourselves amid the promises of a better world. Apostasy and the departure from true faith. In today's world, we are witnessing a phenomenon that many have long anticipated: apostasy. But what is it? It is when people begin to drift away from true faith, abandoning principles that were once unquestionable. This movement is not just a simple deviation. It is a global rebellion against everything that is sacred and just. The voices that once cried out for integrity and faith are now lost in the crowd, surrounded by a sea of voices that celebrate sin and wickedness. This prophecy warns us of a time when the truth will be relegated to forgetfulness, and false promises will shine more brightly. Imagine a world where the sacred becomes a target of ridicule and the profane is exalted. The Great Rebellion is not just a rejection of faith, but a true uprising against the values that sustain morality and justice. Churches once full of life and hope now see their pews empty as people seek fulfillment in worldly ideals. This is a time of spiritual confusion, where many are seduced by deceptive doctrines that promise freedom but deliver bondage. With the rise of apostasy, a new threat emerges: false prophets. These individuals, with their sweet words and empty promises, deceive many. They present themselves as bearers of truth, but their messages are poisonous, leading people away from the true path. They infiltrate communities of faith, introducing heresies that confuse and divide. This is a time of discernment, where each of us must be attentive and vigilant, not to be swayed by their lies. With apostasy comes the loss of divine direction. People, by turning away from true faith, lose their connection with God. They become like ships adrift, aimless and purposeless. This distancing affects not only their spiritual lives, but also impacts their daily decisions, leading to a cycle of despair and emptiness. It is a time of spiritual darkness, where many seek meaning in the wrong places, ignoring the light that can guide them back to the true path. This prophecy is a call to vigilance and firmness in faith. As the world strays from the truth, we must remain anchored in our values and convictions, ready to face the challenges that this distancing brings. Now that we have explored the third prophecy about apostasy and the distancing from true faith, it is time to reflect. Have you noticed how these spiritual changes are affecting our world? Leave in the comments if these revelations resonated with you, or if they were a surprise. Your opinion is valuable and can help others better understand these challenging times. Don't forget, we still have important prophecies to discuss, and the last one comes with a special challenge that few can meet. Let us now dive into the fourth prophecy, which addresses moral decay and the change of values in society, an issue that touches all of us in profound and unexpected ways. Moral decay and change of values. We live in times where the moral fabric of society is rapidly unraveling. It is as if a veil has been lifted, revealing a world that celebrates what was once unthinkable. Values that sustained our communities are being challenged and redefined. The prophecy speaks of a time when people become lovers of themselves more than of the common good. Selfishness and greed take center stage, and what matters is instant pleasure, regardless of the cost. This is a time when morality is fluid, and the lines between right and wrong are constantly redrawn. Materialism becomes the new religion. In a society where having is more important than being, a person's worth is measured by their possessions. The desire for more, for better, for faster, transforms the relentless pursuit of material goods into an endless cycle of dissatisfaction. This sub-prophecy warns us about the trap of measuring happiness by what we accumulate, forgetting that true value lies in the connections and experiences we create. Unrestrained materialism leads to the destruction of familial and community bonds as we pursue superficial goals and set aside what truly matters. With the change of values, the traditional family structure begins to disintegrate. Families, once the foundation of society, face unprecedented pressures. Commitment and fidelity are seen as outdated concepts. Divorces and separations become common, and the idea of forever loses its meaning. This sub-prophecy reminds us of the importance of strengthening family ties, investing time and love in our closest relationships to prevent the collapse of our most basic social structures. When a family disintegrates, society as a whole feels the profound and lasting impact. Immorality, which was once hidden in the shadows, is now proudly displayed. What was once considered taboo is embraced and publicly celebrated. This acceptance of immorality as a norm challenges traditional values and redefines what is acceptable. New generations grow up in a world where boundaries are diffuse, and the pressure to conform to the prevailing culture is intense. The prophecy invites us to reflect on how we can maintain our integrity and values amid a sea of social changes. We must be beacons of hope and examples of righteousness, even when the world around us seems to be in disarray. This prophecy is a call to action. We must be vigilant and resist the temptation to conform to the decay that surrounds us. We need to unite, strengthen our values, and rebuild what has been lost. Change begins with each of us, in our homes and communities, promoting a world where morality and good values prevail. Natural disasters and the cry of the earth. The world we know is in constant turmoil. The forces of nature, which once seemed so immutable, are now in upheaval. The prophecy speaks to us about times when the earth cries out, manifesting warning signs through natural disasters that are increasing in frequency and magnitude. This is a call to attention, an indication that the world is changing and that we need to be prepared for what is to come. Landscapes are altered with devastating earthquakes, furious storms, and other calamities that challenge our understanding and resilience. Imagine the ground beneath your feet trembling, buildings swaying, and fear spreading rapidly. Earthquakes, mentioned in various scriptures, are seen not just as natural phenomena, but as prophetic signs that something greater is at our door. They remind us of our fragility and the need to be prepared both physically and spiritually. As tectonic plates shift, so too are our certainties shaken, and we are called to reevaluate our priorities and strengthen our personal and communal foundations. Storms, with their powerful winds and torrential rains, symbolize the times of trial we will face. They come without warning, destroying everything in their path, but also offer a chance for renewal and rebuilding. Scriptures speak of storms as metaphors for the challenges we must overcome, reminding us that after each storm, the sun always returns. We need to learn to find strength in adversity, to rebuild our lives stronger, and to support each other in these difficult times. We are witnessing climate changes that drastically alter our environment. Global warming, largely caused by human actions, is a warning that we cannot continue to ignore our impact on the planet. Scriptures speak about the responsibility to care for creation, and this sub-prophecy challenges us to act before it is too late. We need to adopt sustainable practices, reduce our carbon footprint, and protect the world that God entrusted to us. This is a testament to our commitment to the future and to the generations to come. This prophecy reminds us that the earth is alive and sends us warning signs. We must heed the cry of nature and act to protect our planet and our future. In facing these challenges, we grow in strength and unity, prepared for what lies ahead. After exploring natural disasters and the cry of the earth in Prophecy 5, it is crucial to remember that preparation is key. Don't forget to secure your digital book, available in the first pinned comment, to deepen your understanding of these prophecies and their implications. Units are limited and may sell out quickly, so click now to not miss this chance to prepare for what is to come. Now let's delve into Prophecy 6, where we examine global conflicts and the quest for true peace, an issue that touches us all and can shape our future in profound ways. Global conflicts and the path to true peace. In the current landscape, where tensions rise each day, we see the earth shaken by relentless conflicts. Wars and rumors of wars echo around the globe, revealing the fragility of the peace we possess. The prophecy speaks of a time when conflicts intensify, but also suggests the arrival of true peace. A peace forged not by temporary treaties, but born from a genuine transformation of hearts. This is a call to hope, a reminder that even amidst chaos, there is the promise of a new dawn. Wars, both civil and international, become more frequent and devastating. They not only destroy cities and nations, but also leave deep scars on humanity. The intensity of the conflicts reflects the struggle for power and control, but also the despair that permeates the hearts of many. This is a time of great suffering, where violence seems endless. However, this sub-prophecy invites us to look beyond destruction, to find strength in unity and the quest for peaceful solutions, reminding us that true victory is not achieved through force, but rather through reconciliation. Amidst this turmoil, a cry for peace arises. Leaders and nations desperately seek ways to cease violence and bring stability. The peace that many seek, however, is often superficial, based on fragile agreements that do not address the deep-rooted causes of conflicts. This sub-prophecy reminds us that true peace cannot be imposed from the outside, but must be cultivated from within. It challenges us to work towards mutual understanding and to build bridges of trust and respect between nations. Finally, the prophecy speaks of a peacemaker, someone who will bring new hope to the world. This leader does not arrive with the force of weapons or the oppression of power, but with a message of love and unity. His presence inspires humanity to come together and overcome the divisions that separate us. However, this peacemaker is not just a man, but a reflection of the universal desire for a better world. He symbolizes each of our capacities to choose peace and to work together to transform our world into a place of harmony and cooperation. This prophecy is a call to action. As conflicts continue to threaten our future, we are called to be agents of peace, to find within ourselves the courage to forgive and the determination to build a world where violence no longer reigns. True peace begins with each of us, in our hearts and in our daily actions. The spiritual awakening and the return of hope. In times of great uncertainty, when darkness seems to prevail, a light begins to shine, heralding a spiritual awakening. This is the moment when people, weary of the ways of the world, begin to seek a deeper meaning and a genuine connection with the divine. The prophecy speaks of a spiritual renewal, a return to the roots of faith that rekindles hope in the hearts of many. This awakening is not only an individual quest, but a collective wave sweeping across nations, bringing transformation and renewal. Many souls, lost in despair and doubt, begin to find comfort in spirituality. This rebirth of faith is not driven by dogmas or traditions, but by a sincere quest for truth and purpose. Churches, temples, and spiritual communities become refuges for those seeking something beyond the material. This movement is characterized by a renewed sincerity, where faith is lived and felt authentically, away from the superficialities of the past. It is a time of reconnection with what truly matters, and this renewal brings with it a palpable hope for the future. With the spiritual awakening, a new era of unity emerges. Religious and denominational barriers begin to dissipate as people realize that the essence of faith is universal. Interfaith movements flourish, creating bridges between different spiritual traditions. This is a time when humanity perceives that, despite external differences, everyone shares a common divine connection. Spiritual unity becomes a powerful force for global peace and understanding, challenging the conflicts and divisions that once separated us. Finally, this spiritual awakening paves the way for an event awaited by many: the return of embodied hope, the expectation of the return of a savior, of a figure who will bring lasting peace and justice, becomes a source of inspiration and motivation. People moved by this hope begin to live lives of purpose and meaning, dedicating themselves to causes that promote the greater good. This is a time of preparation, where every action is guided by the expectation of a better and brighter future. So what is your role in this great awakening? Do you feel that you are part of this transformation? Share your vision in the comments and how you are contributing to this spiritual rebirth. This is the final challenge: to find and share your personal connection with this prophecy of hope. We have reached the end of this video with the 7 prophecies, and now it is your turn to act. If these revelations touched something in you, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more impactful content like this. Like the video to help spread this message and share it with friends who need to hear these truths. The 2 videos on the screen now bring insights that complement what we discussed today. Watch and deepen your understanding even further. And of course, participate in the final challenge of Prophecy 7. Share in the comments how you are preparing for the spiritual awakening. Your story can inspire others to find hope and purpose. We are in this journey together towards transformation.